Hello everyone, this is an Alamo Embassy amp. I did a recording of this a couple of years back now. It's been a while, and I had some issues with it at the time. I was running it through I think a humbucker and a lipstick pickup and a homemade guitar, but the amp had an overall dark muffled tone on it, even with the tone dimed out, and so I decided it was time to sort of dig around in the chassis and figure out what's going on there. And when I opened it up, I discovered that the previous owner had tweaked a little bit of the capacitors here and there, and so I decided, since I had it opened up, I would replace an electrolytic capacitor and also try to bring back some of the tone to this, brighten the tone a little bit to this, as it seemed to have lost it. As you know, there's no schematics out there, so it was all done by ear. So essentially I just tweaked some of the tone coupling capacitors and the capacitor off of the tone and volume combination, just to see where it's at. Now I get a pretty diverse range in the tone department, so I can get a nice soft tone around 0 to 3, and then a full nice bright tone and when I dimed out at 10. So without talking too much about this, a couple things. I did change out the speaker. It's a vintage, Jensen special design, relatively new speaker, the 25 watt version. I also have, get this lined up here. I'm also running it through a Rogue analog delay for some slapback for you all. I'm putting it through a Telecaster I made a while back. It's 60-year-old Redwood. I'll be playing it through the second selector and maybe a little bit of the middle selector for a little more overdrive for you all. I've been noodling around with the volume just to give you a sample of how this can sound overdriven and the subtleties you can get with it. I'll also be talking a little bit about the intensity volume, the vibrato on it. It has a really nice vibrato on this, a little subtler than some that I've heard. So without further ado, here is the Alamo Embassy amp for you. I'll be playing it at around volume 3, just to give you a sample, around 6.5 the tone, and this is what it sounds like with a little bit of volume going on it. Here we go. Pretty loud. Pretty much knocks my vocals out. You can hear that right there. So I have the volume pretty much maxed out right now. Dial this back a little bit.